I'm Lar. No, that was that guy. No, yeah, see, it's funny because actually Americans actually don't need microphones. That's kind of funny. Yes, you couldn't tell, my name is David Dwyer, and even though I have an Irish last name, I am proud to be an asshole American. Embracing my Trumpness, that's what's going on here. That's what's happening. I moved out here about a year ago because I'm a world traveling chef. Yes, it doesn't look like it, I can tell, because I actually cook good food. That's the thing that actually makes you healthy, unlike the rest of America. So, now, one of the interesting things after being out here a year is one of the things that surprised me the most, especially being a chef, is like, yeah, I get the American fast food that comes out this way. Yeah, like McDonald's, like Burger King, I get that. But can you Irish people tell me what the fuck is up with the KFC and then the Subway? And then the Papa John's inside your like fake McDonald's, like your own, like you had to take back the Mick name. It's interesting because if you ever go to the States, definitely actually go to a KFC and you realize what actual fried chicken is. This is not fried chicken. This is like weird baked thing that you want to say is good, but sorry, because like good fried chicken should be like at least thrown in the fryer at least twice, and you have to have like it's weird because I'm not exactly sure what you would call it in your weird language. So was it Portuguese? Like we call biscuits there. And I've got some lovely friends I was talking to before the show who are from Atlanta, Georgia. And I gotta say, I've been down to Atlanta before, and you got great barbecue, and you guys know about fried chicken, like the South. You go and get chicken, you go to the South, because that's where they know how to do chicken right. And that's good chicken. And I don't get what you guys, as a tiny island, you're a tiny island, yet you're afraid of fucking fish. You're in the middle of the fucking ocean. Like, come on now. I'm not trying to say I'm a fish evangelist or anything. Praise be God. But I'm just saying. Like, you love your beef. You guys do have great beef. One of the things that I think actually what makes Americans fat, and it's a personal belief, is the fact that corn is in everything. We're fucking cornholes. Like we have everything is filled with corn. But another thing about being a chef that I find really interesting is that when you start like going to other restaurants, you realize that all customers, especially when I'm a customer, I'm an idiot. All customers are idiots. And you have to recognize when you're a customer, like the thing, especially for a chef, right? We take a lot of pride in our food. We do our job, 40, 60 hours a week. We love what we do. Those dishes are like our hose. We put a lot of love in our We're the pimps, you're the Johns, you enjoy the meal. We dress it up just right and enjoy it. Yeah, you want to get a little freaky with it, yeah, we'll help you out. But don't do it on our busy time. Come in during the middle of the week, but like wearing a trench coat and like being all like shady about it. Then we'll take care of you. We'll love you to death. But here's the thing, like on a Friday, Saturday night, like don't come in there saying, yeah, I really want actually, do we have any people that are allergic to anything? Who's allergic to something in this room? We're like gluten-free people. Alright, you're a liar, or maybe you're true, I don't know. But here's the thing, is I know a lot of people say they'll have an allergy when they actually just don't like something. Like, there are people that will actually have, like people who have serious allergies, I know because they ask all the right questions. So it's like the guy who's gluten-free will come in like, oh, so can I have the pasta? Like, if you're really a celiac, like, you already know the answer to that question. Hey, guys, how's it going? Welcome. We're a no-mic set. This is an acoustic. This is an acoustic-style comedian comedy tonight. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So, the interesting thing about also being a chef is that you actually have to have a lot of faith. You have to actually believe. You have to believe in something and believe in your dishes, but also you got to kind of believe in God. And I believe in Jesus. And it's one of these things, especially coming to Catholic country, I realized that, faith is an important part of working in the kitchen. So, there's these times on Fridays and Saturday nights of where, example, just the other week, I was slicing up some tomatoes and I ran out of tomatoes for some burgers. I needed at least 3 more tomatoes for these burgers to go out, to get out for that order. And I just put my hands up and I said, Jesus! Please, Jesus, I need some tomatoes. Can you please help me? Jesus, I need tomatoes like right now. I turn around and go do something else and flip the burgers, go back and magically the tomatoes are sitting on my station. It is a miracle, folks. A miracle that those tomatoes appeared there. And then there was another week, I was running out of sauté pans. Like, you're sautéing it up and I'm out of sauté pans. And once again, I put my hands together and I go, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Please, I need some more sauteed pans right now. And magically, within 3 minutes, sauteed pans appear. I have to say, Jesus is the best damn dishwasher I've ever worked with. That guy is a miracle worker. He is amazing. Amazing. You know, it's interesting actually. If you work in American kitchens, they all speak Spanish. They're all Latino, and after about 5 years, you actually just become Latino. And it's actually Alejandro Rodriguez. It's actually it became official too because they actually took away my Social Security card. And I've got actually now about 15 new cousins living in my. It's about the size of like half the stage. It's grand though. It's grand. I dig it though. It's nice thing about trying to poke my way around the world is that in the States, we're not that smart. I'm gonna have to say, not to admit, we're not like super we think we're smart. But the thing is that I don't understand personally. I don't get this whole globe concept. I'm not totally committed on it. I still think it's like a 2D scroller game. When it gets to like China, I'm gonna hop back over. So I gotta prove this thing around. I'm not too sure about it. But I did get to go back home a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually a really great trip. A friend of mine got married, but I also got to see a lady I hadn't seen in a long time. And I gotta say, like, her smile, her laugh, the jokes she was saying, it brought me back. It was just one of these things that, I gotta say, I love my grandmother. I gotta say, I love my grandmother. She's 101 years old, guys. Let's give it up for 101. And I got a chance to hang out with her, and then my sister, she had a kid recently, and it's about 1. So I actually had to babysit for the 1-year-old and the 101-year-old. And it's really interesting because if they make it to the potty, that's a win. That's a big win. That's a big win. Soft food is always a must. Like it's one's learning language, one's trying to remember language. They're both a little racist too. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. The biggest nemesis is stairs. No, it was great to see my grandmother because I missed her birthday last year because I came out here. But she was like really grateful to the fact that I could make this trip, and she said, remember that the Irish, they're lovely people, but they're a little racist. And it's, I was like, all right, like the nice thing is that you guys embrace it. Like in the States, we're way too fucking BC about shit. Like and then you get someone like Trump on there, and then it's like, yeah, but that's the Oompa-Loompas, and then it's what they are. Yeah, what else do I got for you tonight? Yeah, so actually, weird thing I also noticed about the Irish, I know you guys love the chats, love to have the gift of gab. Although one place I find it just a little weird is when I'm trying to take a piss. Like for me, that's a sanctuary. This seriously happened to me last week. I was doing a comedy workshop. Kira McMahon, if you guys know, great comedy workshop. And so it was during the break, sitting there like, all right, I'm doing my business. Guy from the comedy workshop comes out and starts like, hey dude, you're that joke was really funny. I'm like, yeah, all right. And he's coming around, look at me. I'm like, yeah, okay, what? Dude, let's keep eye contact. Keep eye contact. And then seriously, I thought, all right, maybe this is a one-off thing. Some people are really chatty. Yet last week at this show, right before I go on, there's a guy, I don't even know him. He's just like, oh, so you're going to go watch the soccer match? And, I have no idea. I was really where are you from? Seattle. Yes, I'm from Seattle. It's actually the Napa Valley for marijuana. If you're just to let you know, it's actually legal there. I don't know if you guys know this. It's one of the few places in the world, Washington State, has it legal. And it's interesting. I got to go into those weed shops. And it's kind of on the outside, it looks like a dingy porn store, and on the inside, it looks like a cigar shop. It's they're very, very knowledgeable. They're really, let's say, a pretentious cigar shop. They believe they know everything and everything's right, and then they forget to ring you up. So it's so it works out pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you on one more little bit. So one of the interesting things that I've noticed is. The difference between the U.S. police and the Garda. Do I love this one? And some of you guys know this one because you guys know me pretty well here at Jesters. don't get too like, there we go. There's your plug for the no mic acoustic night. No, so the interesting thing is, especially you come here, is so like for my friends from Georgia, you guys recognize like trying to cross the street is like game of live action Frogger. It's one of these things where you have to like dodge, and then you think like you're gonna get stopped by the police if you're crossing the street. Because in Seattle, you will. You actually will. They'll give you a ticket if you're jaywalking. They're very weird about it. It's weird because in Seattle you can tell the locals because they don't jaywalk. Unlike in any other city, it's like the locals are the ones who always jaywalk. And but it was actually just when I was coming back into Ireland, my passport actually got flagged going through customs. And I actually have an Irish passport. I'm actually a dual citizen. So I'm like so excited to go through the EU line. True story. Get in there, show my EU passport, and the lady's looking at it. She scans it. It's like, excuse me, Mr. Dwyer, you're going to need to step out of here. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on? Like, you know, I'm not that scared because there's no one with weapons around. So it's not like, I'm like, all right, like, what is this hassle that's going to take? Because you guys aren't on time for anything, so it's going to be at least another 2 hours. So they put me to this tiny little room. And I'm starting to get a little scared, like, oh crap, I'm gonna get like deported back to the States. What's gonna happen? Lady comes in there, it's like, Mr. Dwyer, you're in a lot of trouble here. But I gotta know, do you take milk in your tea? And being a British American, after waiting about 20 minutes, I was like, where's my second fucking cup of tea? Like, where's the service on this thing? No, it turns out that actually, like, some guy in the passport office had been fucking up passports for the last 6 months, and mine happened to be one of them that he like fucked up on. Because, you know, showing up to work drunk every morning is not a good work ethic. I was actually talking to a comedian friend of mine. He just got a job after being on the dole for years, and it was like, so how'd your first day go? It's like, oh, I called out. Like, dude, like, who calls out on their first fucking day at work? It's like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, I was going to do it the next day. He's like, the first day's the best day to, like, call out from a job. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? I got to say, I absolutely love the show. I'm glad to be done acoustic. And, yeah, let's give it up for me.